Good morning, everyone. We have a fun show planned for you today, so lean back, relax, and enjoy BTVN.
I must admit there are many moments of frustration in Vietnam, but that is exactly why we are here.
This is only the beginning.
Back with you, I'm Cameron Simon.
And I'm Shanley Lennart. As many of you know, this weekend is the Upper School Play. Volunteers are still needed Saturday and Sunday, so if you need community service hours, this is a great way to get them. If you want to sign up, go to Miss Zimmerman's room.
For those interested in track or baseball, there will be a meeting after school in the gym at 3:20. Everyone planning to play in the spring must attend.
So Cameron, I heard you decided to go out for track this year. Are you excited for the season?
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, I did it freshman year, and it was a lot of fun. I haven't done it the past couple of years, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully a lot of people come out, and should be a great way to get in shape. In other news, auditions for the annual Spofford Variety Show begin tonight and will also be held tomorrow. The auditions take place in Mr. Dickerson's room. All talents are welcome, whether they are comedic, musical, skits, or something new and exciting. So, Shanley, do you have any special talents you'll be performing?
Well, I play the piano, but I don't think it's up to the variety show's standards, so...
Well, it should be a great show.
Yeah, back to sports for a little bit. Basketball districts are this week. Women's are at Pius on Tuesday at 7:30, and the men teams are also at Pius at 5:30 on Wednesday. Both teams have a great season and would really appreciate your support.
Should be some pretty great games. Also, Happy Bottoms Club would like to issue a big thank you to everyone who came out and helped support their drive Thursday night. They helped raise a lot of money, which is really awesome.
Hope's Heart Club will meet today during Flex in Mr. Payne's room. The club will host a dumpling night on Friday before the production of Journey to the West.
Speaking of the play, the spring play opens Friday at 7 p.m. and has showings on Saturday at 7 as well. A Sunday matinee at 2 p.m. Also, robotics has a Wednesday meeting. If you're on the team, remember to talk to teachers beforehand about missing classes for next week's tournament.
Remember to be filling out the senior challenge and getting in parent insight forms to Mr. Hill. If you want to set up a meeting, come to his office during hours instead of meeting him in the hallways. You should all sign up for any necessary standardized testing and take a look at AP tests and potential conflicts.
Speaking of AP tests, if you want to take an AP English Lit next year, you must take the AP English Language exam in May. And now, we bring you a fun story made by Kelsey about art history, part 2. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Natalie Dockhorn, and I'm going to talk about Henry Fuseli's Lady Macbeth Sleepwalking. Fuseli was born in Zurich, Switzerland, and was an active member in the church. Growing up with his father, who was a landscape painter, his father planned for him to work in the church all of his life. But Fuseli had other ideas, so he left the church to pursue writing. He had many artistic influences throughout his life, so it was not a shock when he first left home he wrote random pieces just to bring in money. When he became tired of writing, he fell in love with drawing and painting. This led to an art pilgrimage that started in 1770 in Italy and ended in Britain in 1779. While in Britain, Fuseli acquired his first commission at a Shakespeare gallery. He had studied many of Shakespeare's works while being a writer, so this project led to many sketches and interesting works. This particular piece, Lady Macbeth Sleepwalking, Fuseli paints a scene towards the end of the play where Lady Macbeth starts sleepwalking while dreaming of blood on her hands after her crusade to power. Here, she runs through the dark halls, obviously frightened and holding her hand in the air. She's running away and not wanting to see all the damage she's caused. During his Shakespeare project, Fuseli was quoted saying, "All minute detail tends to destroy terror." The quote certainly explains his lack of background, but we still see his talent in the shadows. A trend of Rococo painting is his use of space and darkness, which Fuseli demonstrates here well. He shows the rushed movement of Lady Macbeth as she hurries down the hallway in her clothing and body, as well as the light in her hand pushing backwards. Fuseli does a wonderful job here of playing with the ribbon in her fiery red hair, and the work is spectacular. It's nice to be able to take something like Shakespeare's plays and be able to read, study, act, and paint these sorts of things so that the mind can absorb the original work in different ways.
Great story, Kelsey. It's really interesting to hear about art history on the show. In middle school sports news, the middle school girls A team won the Metropolitan Private School League Championship on Saturday afternoon with an 18-15 overtime victory. Congratulations, girls. That's a great accomplishment.
Also, as everyone knows, part 2 of the Mark Twain lecture is coming up soon. The lecture takes place in the auditorium on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. This time, not only do you get to listen to Dr. Work's knowledge on the subject, but Dr. Kramer will also be chiming in on the matter. It should be a great event.
As many of you have heard, the upper school is going to see Dracula on Thursday. We will leave at 9 a.m. and come back around 2 to 2:30. Cameron, are you excited for the play?
I'm excited. I've never been to a ballet before, but I heard it's pretty great, so I'm sure everybody will have a lot of fun. And lastly, to wrap up our show for today, here's a nice piece with preschoolers saying why they love their dad.
Because he gives me hugs and kisses at nighttime and he reads me books and stories. Because I love my dad because he helps me ride my bicycle. Because he gives me hugs. We play I Spy and iPads all together. I love my daddy because he lets me come to work with him. I love my dad because he always scores goals. Because he's nice and sweet. I love my daddy because he takes care of me. He cooks eggs for us. Cooks pancakes. Because he brings me to school. I love my dad because he plays Uno with me and he takes me to get snacks. My daddy helps me on riding my bicycle. I love my dad because I play with him. I'm gonna think about it. Because he takes me to the movie theater. And because he teaches me to skateboard. We watch movies together. I love my dad because he throws me up and picks me up. He helps me build stuff because I play with him and he hugs me. I love my dad because I have battle with him. I love my dad because he's silly. I love my daddy because I play with him. I love my dad because I'm his kid. My dad takes me to get donuts and he spends time with me. Because he takes me somewhere.
Where does he take you?
Disney World. I love my dad because I give him hugs and kisses. Because he plays with me and hugs me and kisses me. I love my dad because he helped me put my shoes on and helps me dress me up. I love my dad because he takes me to Legoland and I can see the Hulk monster that made out of Legos and I can get Lego sets. I love Uncle James because he speaks to my ear. I love my dad because he plays with him. I love my dad about I got to kiss him before bedtime and I got to give him hugs and kisses. And I love him because I like to give him hugs all the time.
Wow, Shanley, that was really adorable. Also, we have a couple of corrections for you from earlier in our show. The baseball and track meeting will actually be tomorrow at 3:20, and the Mark Twain lecture will actually be in Price Hall, not the auditorium. But that's all we have for you today from BTVN. I'm Cameron Simon.
And I'm Shanley Leonard. Have a great day, Barstow.